Hey YouTube, in this video we're going to be restoring our old fuel tank.
We're going to show you how we patched, prepped, painted, and installed it in our boat.
And you'll also get to see a budget-friendly hack that we use to make our tank almost indestructible.
Let us know in the comments what you think of this project.
Got our butts whooped by the gas tank looks like it's okay.
What do you think so far?
So far so good. It's covering up the little pinholes. Did about 2 layers of the zinc chromium spray. So I've wiped the whole tank with acetone, and I'll show you what we're going to use to coat it. So I'm going to coat it with truck bed coating. The guys at the local marine supply store where I get my stuff, they said that this is probably the best thing, or some epoxy paint. I couldn't get coal tar epoxy, which is also recommended, but they said this stuff should work. I'm going to replace the tank anyway, and this one is not in bad shape. The tank had like 2 pinholes in it that were very small, and we patched those up, and that's it. Other than that, the tank is in pretty good shape. We're going to use a bed liner, see how it works. I know it's not a forever job, but you know, it's going to be okay for this budget build. We're gonna go ahead and spray. It says to wait 20 minutes between coats. Let me see how many coats I can get on this thing. I shook it already for a minute, and it says to shake after a minute of use so it doesn't clog. Let's get going. I probably shouldn't have coated all this with. Ready? I don't know what that was.
It's really stuck.
Go ahead. Pulling it backwards.
There we go. Ooh, take my pants. Thanks for the support.
Twist it. There you go. Alright, hold on. Now look. Oh, this is kind of stiff. So we're going to run the vent line first, and that we're going to feed that through that first hole. There's 4 holes there. I'm going to try to grab it from in here. So we fish that through, cut out here. I'm going to run the lines up to the front and fill the ventus. Got it? Silicone on it. Put the fuel line in. Now we're gonna put in that fuel line. There you go. Got it?
Yep.
Good. We did it. We pulled it out.
Look at that.
All right, so let's keep. All right. Yep.
Alright.
That's good. All right, so we're gonna put the gas tank in. These 6 pads that are up here, we're gonna place this 3/4 inch rubberized mat on each pad, and we're gonna stick those on Loctite marine, and the fuel tank is gonna sit on top of that. The pads are in, and now we gotta gonna try to get this fuel tank in. Okay, right there. You there? There? Alright, so I'm going to try to brace the fuel tank. Now I'm not going to foam it in, number one, because I'm going to be replacing this tank within the next year or two, I guess. Originally this tank was in the back compartment and it was held down by these pieces here. It wasn't foamed in, and it had these braces going all across the front of the tank. On the sides there were wedges holding it in place in the front and in the back. So wedges here, 2 wedges, like 3 wedges over here, and then 2 wedges in the front of the tank. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wedge this tank in, and then I'm going to hold it down with a cross member like this, and that'll support the floor as well. A couple of 1-inch wedges, I'm going to slip them up on the sides and hammer them in. So this is a 3 cross member setup that I'm gonna be using. I'm probably gonna come in here and put a piece of wood in here to hold that side down, and then this side down, and then that way it'll hold the tank from moving up and down. The wedges are keeping it from moving side to side, front and in the back. And then after, I'm gonna set up another piece up here that'll be the height of here to here to hold up the floor, to give more support to the floor, so the floors, that cover is just not sitting on the edge on that little 1/2-inch piece of fiberglass. So a few things to consider. Number one, bolts are never even. They're never straight, never square. That's just the way it is. So this is what I got figured out so far. Got a 2x4 laying horizontal. I'm gonna put in brackets here to hold it down. I didn't want to screw into the stringers, but I'm gonna have to. I'll just make sure I caulk it and all that. Some L brackets, stainless steel. And then I'm gonna put some brackets holding this guy up, because this is gonna be the floor support, just extra support over here. End up taking this guy out because I can't have the fuel lines going up and then over. That doesn't make any sense. So the support will have to be from here and up in the front. I mean, it's something better than nothing. Today I got in my stainless steel brackets, my stainless steel screws, so I can tie these guys into the stringers and this piece. First one's done, pretty solid. Silicone the screws that went into the stringer, and this thing is pretty level, right where the floor is gonna lay. I have to do the back one, and that's it. That side's done, this side's done. That's it. I ordered a new fuel sender off Amazon for the tank. I think this thing was like 58 bucks. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. There's all the hardware, the gasket, screws. Today we're gonna install the fuel sender. We're also gonna do the bonding wire that goes from the tank up until the fill. Sender's put in, the gasket's in there, all the screws are in there, and I'm gonna run these wires. So here's the tricky part. I gotta get that bonding wire through that hole. There's a stringer here with a cutout, so I gotta get it through there. And I gotta grab it and then stick it up through that hole back there. Now for the fuel sender wire, I'm gonna run the duplex wire through the same hole. I'm gonna go through here, and then once I have it back here, I'm gonna fish it all the way through there, underneath that piping, and the other side, which is right here. Get it through there, so I can grab it through here, and ultimately have it come up through here. Fun. My dad had this cool wire running kit. You just keep on adding. So that's about the length that I need. So not too bad. Okay, there it goes. And there she is. Now I gotta figure out how to grab her. All right, we got this guy through. So now we'll connect that up there to the fill. And then connect here. So now I'm running the duplex wire. I have to get it from here, take this off, reconnect it with a long piece to guide it all the way through there, under that pipe, all the way through the back. We did it. Definitely a two-man job. Had my dad help me out, so I got some extra wire. That's gonna go up to the helm. I left maybe a couple feet extra. Now I'm gonna cut out here and leave a few feet extra as well. I decided to go with these type of connectors because I'm using 14 gauge wire and this is probably 18 gauge, and that way if I ever have to switch anything out or anything broke, I can go open up the hatch that's here and make it easy. This is the setup. I tighten all these wires up. Use these stainless steel cushion clamps, stainless steel screws just to hold all this together. And the only thing I'm missing is I need a crimper for this gauge wire to crimp these guys in there. I need my final connection of the bonding wire. I ran those wires through. I also ran the fuel lines. This stuff is pretty durable and it still flexes. It lets the tank flex, hold up to scratches and stuff like that. It's bed liner, so. But overall, I think the job came out pretty good. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. If you've done this type of work before, let me know how you did it, if you did it a little different, or if you would have just changed out the tank itself. But if you want to see how we finish off this floor and how we do the deck, how we add the non-skid and re-gel coat the whole deck and add these fuel tank covers and the compartment cover, that'll be next week's episode. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.